Hello ladies and gentle ladies, welcome back to another Industria development stream. Today we're going to be working on the containment conveyor, which I don't think I've worked on stream thus far, but effectively it allows you to turn mobs into items that go onto the conveyors. So basically a way to transport mobs on the conveyors, so pretty simple. Right now, I've just got a model open and I'm trying to make a model for it. For some reason, Blockbench is like bugging out though, and the textures are just like, I don't even know what's happened here, to be honest. It's like scaled in somehow. Don't really know what's happened. I think it's just Blockbench bugging out though. I don't know. Yeah, I've been trying to like look through everything and see if I can figure out where this like magnifying is coming from, but I genuinely have no idea. I mean, all the textures look fine, so like I don't know. But yeah, wait, let me quickly go put this back to 16 by 16. I tried scaling it up to see if that would fix it, but it didn't. So let me quickly resize by 16. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so I think we're gonna do this today, but I honestly may change my mind like halfway during the stream. I don't know, because my plan is effectively that this grabby arm will come and grab this and it'll put it here, but that could be just like too hard to do. So I don't know, because that would involve some inverse kinematics, which I don't know much about. So, like, I don't know. Like, I don't really know what we work on if we don't work on the conveyors. That's my only problem at the moment, is that I don't know what the plan is as, like, the next thing to do. Let me, oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. It's fine. I can grab it back from GitHub. That's the useful thing about GitHub. Let me quickly just save the project though. And this is a containment conveyor. There we go. Okay. Now I need to undo that change because I don't want to lose obviously the existing conveyor file. There you go. Okay, yeah, that's fine. These also, let's just discard those. Okay. So yeah, as I say, I don't know that we actually want to work on this today. But as I say, I don't know what we work on otherwise. Ideally, we work on porting to multi-loader. But it's going to be a lot of work. And I don't really think that's something that streaming will be a good idea for, is all that I am concerned about. The only other thing I can think that we could work on is the arc furnace, because we never actually finished that. We kind of just left it. So we could work on that, but it kind of requires modeling. I don't know that I want to spend the stream modeling, so I don't know. I mean, there's got to be something else that I'm like forgetting that needs to be done. I mean, I'll be honest, guys, I don't really want to touch anything multi-block related, even though ideally we do. What else can we work on? Because as I say, my plan going into this stream was to work on the containment conveyor, but like the logic is all done. It's just trying to figure out that rendering, which kind of requires the model, which requires also inverse kinematics. I don't know how to do inverse kinematics, so I'm gonna have to probably kidnap Basti for that. So I mean, we can go through and see. You know what we can do, actually? I know what we can do. We can view the to-dos and see what we have. And see if there's anything we can do or not. Just give it a second to find them all. Okay. So we have 41 to-dos. Okay, so this one's just component stuff. Yeah, we can come back to that. We don't care about that. Technically kind of something we should do, but not really important. What is this? I'm not sure what that is. I think that's... Oh, Ravel is what we use to migrate to Moj maps, I think? Don't know why that comment's there. I think it's fine, though. We have something in fluid here. Or fluid stack, so we don't have to reconstruct constantly. Yeah, but that's kind of like... you know? Yeah, that doesn't do a block update, right? It just... All it does is it does update the neighbors, but like that doesn't... Don't think that actually causes a block update per se. But I'm not sure, so once again, I'm not gonna go with that one right now. We have temperature and pressure for the digester, but temperature needs like redoing from scratch, so I'm kind of hesitant to touch that at the moment. And pressure, we don't have pressure yet. I'm gonna have obviously like a pressure lib, same as I have the slurry lib and gas and heat. But I'm not gonna do that yet because I don't want to make a new lib until I ported everything to multiloader, because that's gonna require lots of shenanigans. So what's this one? Fixed direction of fluid output where the pipe thinks is at the connection. I think this is fixed. Not sure. I feel like we're not going to find anything doing this, actually, are we? Temporary solution, please fix. Interesting. Yeah, this ideally needs like a recipe or something. Which, for now, that's fine. Move after slurry pipes are fixed. Slurry pipes are fixed, I believe. Are they not? No, I'm not sure what they are. We can leave that one for a moment. We've got shader stuff, which we can't do yet, I don't think. Let's check, actually. Would be lovely if we can, but I don't think Satan is updated, and I don't think it's gonna be updated. Yeah, it's still latest version 1.21.4, and that was over a year ago. Yeah. I unfortunately don't see Satan being updated, so at some point I'm probably gonna have to make my own library or something for that as well. For friggin' shaders, but we'll come back to those. Yeah, that's a later thing, like we can't really do that right now. Those need to be translatable, but like that's whatever. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. We're not doing multi-block stuff. We're just not. I think this is fixed, but I'm actually also not sure once again. This is the problem with like not. Oh yeah, this is a problem. I haven't even thought about looking into that yet. I don't know how the hell we're gonna do that. I don't even know if that's possible anymore. We're not doing this. That's a Basti thing to do. This is, yeah, whatever. We'll come back to that at some point in the future. That's like air. I mean, yeah, kind of, but like air. This I really need to update at some point, because obviously OpenGL is going to go at some point, so GL State Manager won't exist anymore. But for now, it's fine, because I don't think Render System actually has. Yeah, Render System doesn't have a replacement for this right now. So like we just can't do that until that has a replacement. Same with, I believe, depth test as well. Yeah, there's no replacement. I mean, we can probably even see actually if we find usages of this, and that is in all places. Interesting. Do we not have sources right now? We don't. Interesting. We can go into it like here. Okay, let's quickly decompile so that we have some sources, and then we can find usages and see if there is actually a replacement hidden somewhere, which there might be. Let's go view, tool windows, run, watch this. While that's doing that, what's the last one? So triple toggle button, we'll come back to that. This is in the arc furnace anyways, so that's like work in progress. Oh, yeah. I need to figure that out at some point. Why are we talking about property delegates here? Does the electric furnace not have? Oh, I see. Am I just syncing those manually? Sure. Yeah, that probably needs a property delegate at some point. And yeah, this is probably true at some point. Yeah, that's the case. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna do that. That's fine. I think that to do is redundant, but okay. And everything I think is fine. What were we running? Oh yeah, sources. Here we go. So if we come back to, where was it? Okay, that didn't work, did it? Okay, why is that not working then? We don't have a sources jar. Why is it not letting me decompile them though? Like, what are we doing? Do I need to open like State Manager? Is there like a different way I need to open this? I don't know. I don't know why it's not letting me decompile that. Regardless, I don't think this is used anywhere. Nor do I think this is used anywhere. So we can't replace that. Okay, well, I mean, that's all the to-dos. I mean, we can't, as I say, we can't really do any of these. So I don't know what to do today, guys, if I'm being honest with you. So let's think about what we've got so far in the mod. I guess we can try and figure out what the next thing to do actually will be. Maybe will be the way to go. So currently we have aluminium processing, right? And I think we started work on tin processing, I think. Let's see if there's any way I can find this. I did have it somewhere, but I don't. I don't know if I can find it again. Copy that one. No, not that one. Might be this one. No. Okay, it's gonna take me a minute to search through and find. It was so long ago that we did this. It was a really long time ago. Like actually a really, really long time ago. Might have found it. No, never mind. I have not found it. Okay. The other thing we can work on, well, no, we actually kind of can't. We are a little bit stuck, huh? In terms of what we can actually work on at the moment. I don't want to start like an entire new processing line because we haven't really finished tin, but we can't finish tin is the problem because we need to finish the arc furnace. We can't finish the arc furnace until we got a bunch of stuff. I mean, let's see exactly where we were at with the arc furnace, I suppose. I don't know if we did all the logic or like, I don't really remember. We didn't do any of the logic, apparently. Interesting. It also still has this find position stuff. This is the old multi-block system, I think. Interesting. That's the old multi-block system. This isn't the new one. Interesting. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? First and foremost, I am gonna merge what we have right now into main, and then we can start working on something that's not conveyors, and then I'll just continue later conveyor development in main, because at that point, like, we've done most of conveyor stuff, so I think that's fine. So let me quickly commit this, and then maybe we can work on the arc furnace. But I won't change the title until we know for sure. Yeah, I will actually, because I know for a fact we're not going to be working on the containment conveyor. So I can at least just remove that part of the title, even if I can't replace it with anything. If I just wait 10 years for YouTube to to wake up. Okay. There, so that's the title updated, so we don't have to worry about that now. Now let's merge into... into main. Is it main or is it dev? We don't have a dev branch, do we? No. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. So let's do get checkout main. Okay, and then we can do get merge no fast forward with conveyors. Okay. Okay, we're in Vim, aren't we? How do you quit Vim? I don't remember what it is. Oh, it's colon WQ. Right. That's correct, isn't it? Okay. What has that done? What has that done? Okay, that hasn't done what I wanted it to do. Wait, has it? Yeah, I suppose that's fine, actually. So I can push that. Okay, so now we're on main, so if I now do get status, that's fine. Okay. So... okay. Let me just... oh, you know what I haven't done and forgot to do? I haven't done that. And also, put my phone on Do Not Disturb. And also, I need to put my computer on Do Not Disturb as well. So, okay, so how does the arc furnace work again? Like, how are we designed this to work? So I see we have a mode. What's the mode? Right, so we have smelting, alloying, and recycling. Okay, yeah, okay. I think it's starting to come back to me. So... No. So I'm a little bit confused because it seems to have the old multi-block system, but I don't really know how that's the case. Let me go into resources real quick. Assets, Industria. Or Data Industria, multi-blocks. Yeah, so we do have the arc furnace in here. Interesting. Interesting. Right. So we have the arc furnace in there, but yet it is still using the old one. Okay, I'm gonna quickly ask Codex to see if I can just like safely remove it or not. See what it says. And then, yeah, I mean, I think all we need to do now is just the logic. So we're gonna have to create some recipes, I think, because I mean, here it's saying we have a current recipe ID, but I don't think we ever implemented arc furnace recipe. Classes, project files. No, we didn't implement that. I didn't think we did. Let's see what Codex has said. So it says it already has a block and block entity, a GUI and screen handler, storage layouts, 3 modes, structure definition. So implement them. So okay, so what we need to do, we need to implement the logic, which is what I thought. We need to add the recipe types, which is what I thought. Add a way to actually switch mode, because we don't have that yet. Fix some bug, apparently. Add recipes, yeah. Implement block entity rendering, of course, yes. And what does it say about multi-blocks? So it says it's still wired to the old system on the block entity and old multi-block interaction. It's also registered with the multi-block lib. Okay. The controller is still coded against the old multi-block abstractions. Okay, so I'm just going to need Codex to migrate. Migrate it to the multi-block lib fully. And then we can start working on the tick logic. I think we'll have to make the recipes first though. Because I think trying to code the logic without having any recipes would just be horrendous. So I think we want to try and do that first. And then we need to decide how each of these modes are going to work, right? So I think smelting should just be smelting, right? I think basically this should just take the blasting recipes, I think that's all it needs to do. Alloying, I say we just take alloy furnace recipes, and then recycling, we're gonna have to have some kind of custom recipe type for that one at least. But the thing is, for alloying, I think we kind of want to have the recipes the alloy furnace has, but also some more that maybe only work in the arc furnace. So maybe we alloy, or maybe we modify the alloy furnace recipe to provide some kind of like boolean or something. I don't know. To say that like it's only acceptable in the arc furnace or something. it's not done yet. It's reading the sources first, so I'm gonna have to give codex a second to figure itself out. Okay. But I feel like it's already read these files. Like, why are we rereading them? Has it not already read them? I feel like it has. But okay. Okay. Am I crazy? I feel like it's already read that. Multi-block. Yeah, it has. It has already read that. I'm not going crazy. It also just ran. Oh no. Okay, this one. I don't know what sed does. I can't lie. Sed. Does that read the file? What sed does? I think so. Okay. Not sure why it can't just look at the existing multi-blocks. Like, I'm pretty sure most of the multi-blocks aren't coded this way. Like, I think if we go, like, for example, oil pump jack, that doesn't have, like, the old ports in it. Or does it? Wait, does it? It does? Wait. The old system is still integrated into all of the friggin' block entities? Okay. We might have to get Codex to do a pass through all the block entities then. Not just this one. Because otherwise, like, that's bad. I could have sworn I didn't have any of that anymore, but obviously I'm wrong. Okay, this is actually gonna kill my friggin' status. Bro, look how much I have left. I have 22% left. Oh lord. Like, why is it reading the gas API right now? Like, what are we doing? What does that have to do with the price of baked beans, you know? It's probably because the multi-block API might not support the gas API. I don't remember if I made it do that or not. But I have a feeling I didn't. Which is probably why it's looking at that, but I could be wrong. Yeah, it exposes a custom port registry. Yeah. Okay. So I assume it's actually coding it now. Maybe. Okay. I mean, do I just go ahead and say like, hey, let's delete the old multi-block system? Like, I kind of wanted to keep it. I kind of wanted there to be some possible scenarios where you just place a block and it builds the whole thing. But like, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, do I actually ever want that? Like, where am I ever actually going to want that, I guess, is the question. I feel like I probably don't really want that. So, I mean, maybe I just yeet it. Like, the only exception to that is like, good lord, what's it doing here? We'll just let it do that for a second. It is deleting the file, but hopefully it does add it back, of course. But yeah, the only exception that I can think of is the wind turbine, but that also doesn't use the multi-block system, I don't believe. So, you know, I mean, maybe it does, but I don't think it does. If I look at wind turbine block entity, yeah, it doesn't. If I go wind turbine block, yeah, because it just has a part enum is how that works. So it's like horrendously simple. So I'm just thinking maybe we just yeet it and just be done with it. What's it doing in here? Interesting. What is it doing? Get storage, fluid storage for external. What is it doing? No, why are you doing that? Wait, why is it doing that? 1 second. Multi-block. So it's looking at the multi-block controller block entity. This. Like, it doesn't need this, right? Oh, it kind of does, because they all need to push outputs and stuff. Shit, man. Interesting. Yeah, it might actually need to do this then. So I mean, what's it actually adding in there? It's adding get energy storage for external. Get fluid storage for external. Get item storage for external. And then tickets doing all of this. If it's dirty, it's doing that. So that's just duplicating updatable block entity. Continue, but I want you to make some kind of abstraction layer between the lib and my current The thing is, I still want to keep friggin' Industria block entity. Because I have things in here that are actually useful. I'm gonna say music is loud. Okay, I can turn it down a little bit. There you go. Block entity classes. I don't want every block entity to have to re-implement Industria block entity and updatable block entity, and therefore making those classes redundant. I can never spell this word, by the way. Redundant? Is it redundant or redundant? I don't know. Okay, we'll tell it that, and then it will maybe, hopefully, fix itself. Yeah, that's a vanilla thing. Should we try and decompile, see if we can get our friggin' sources back? Yay, we have sources back. Oh dear. Do we have them all back? I think we do, yeah. That's good. Okay, what's it doing right now? Get status short. Well, let's not do that, please. Can we stop? Oh, it actually finished, so I actually didn't need to stop it. But oh well, it's fine. Okay, we'll let it do this, and then hopefully... hopefully we can actually do something today. I didn't plan for this when I initially decided that I'm going to stream today. So... I probably should have, but I didn't, so... Okay. Okay. So what is that done? Like what did that actually just add? Like what is the name of this class? Industrial multi-block controller block entity. Okay. Wait, no, what am I doing? This. Okay, first of all, why does it have a recipe codec? Not sure why it has that, but interesting. Okay. Let's try and find this class first of all. Okay, it's in here. Add that. So what is it implementing? Syncable tickable block entity. Okay. Interesting. So yeah, what does that require this to do? I still kind of take issue with what it's done. I can't lie. Because like everything requires it to be a freaking updatable block entity. So for it to suddenly not be an updatable block entity, it's not going to freaking work. Okay, it's going to compile and it's going to see that it doesn't work, and it's going to have to figure out a better way to do this, because this isn't going to work. The only way that I can think it's going to be able to do this is like everywhere that uses updatable block entity, it will have to use an interface. Because like these use updatable block entity here, which just goes into here, which goes into here. But like it uses get block entity has level and get level. It uses like it just uses so many things that's just not gonna work. So I'm curious what it comes up with. Hello Wide, welcome to the stream. What we are working on today, Wide, is hopefully the arc furnace, but we have a couple problems at the moment, so those are hopefully being solved. I mean, I see why it's done it this way, because the thing is, having to re-implement multi-block controller block entity would be more work, but it also is just like everything just uses updatable block entity, so we can't just not use that. So I really don't know what it's gonna do. Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought it was gonna do, but it's gonna find that's not gonna work. It's gonna find that doing that won't work. But sure, we'll try this. I swear you added that already. We did, Wide, yes, but we didn't add any of the actual logic for it. We just added the block, and that was it. Well, we added the block on the screen. Okay, that has just decided to not import. Hello? Thinking... Where was that? Thinking simple inventory? Yeah. I friggin' hate that AI does this, by the way. Like, just friggin' import it. It's not that hard. Like, what are we doing? Pattern variable block entity hides field. Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it? Like, it will have to work. Okay. Once again, just refuses to import the friggin' class. I'm gonna lose my marbles, man, I am. Wait, has that actually fixed the arc furnace? Not yet. Yeah, that can go. I don't know why that was there. What's this? Okay. Sure. It's gonna complain. So that doesn't implement get wrap container storage. It should. Yeah, there you go. Okay. It has realized that, so that's okay. But I don't like this because now. Oh, never mind. No, that's fine. That's not what I thought it did, but that's fine. So have you replaced all references to updatable block entity with all references that check that require a okay. Let's just ask it that. We'll queue that message, see what it says. I mean, this, as you can see, should now work. Yeah, I don't know why it's done this. Like, I really don't know why it did that. Like, what? That is, like, very specific to this class. Why are we putting it in there? You know? Okay. So this is the on tick, but we also have server tick, no? I thought we do, unless I made that final. I made that final. Okay, I see. I see. Yeah, I mean, this is basically just re-implemented updatable block entity. It's the kind of scenario where having multiple inheritance would be lovely, but you can only have so much. It's probably correct. I don't know why it's saying that. Get progress, get max progress. Are apparently 1 and 2. Yeah, that is correct. We must have. I don't know how even that happened. I don't know if it broke that or if that was broken before, but yeah. Now what's it doing? Okay. Does this yeah, only thing is, like, I kind of want these to have the override annotation because yeah, they are overridden. I think it's a bit weird if they don't have that. So okay, so it's compiled. Good. That is what I wanted it to do. Okay, that's fine. Because that's basically saying that the port doesn't exist unless it's formed, which is okay. Okay, how much do I have left? 20%. Okay. I'm gonna compact, and then I'm gonna tell it, move all the other machines over to this system. And then we can see if it can do that whilst we're working on the arc furnace. That'll be the plan. And then hopefully by the time the stream is ended, we will have everything on the new system, which I thought we already did, but apparently not. Okay. Come on, compact. I'm tempted to put it on high, but like I really don't have much usage left. I think we'll be fine on high. It's probably going to use it all up, but my usage resets on Wednesday anyway, so it's not the end of the world. I want you to move all of the block entities that use the old multi-block system to be fully on the multi-block lib and use for the base class of the block entity where appropriate. Okay, we'll send that on its way. Meanwhile, that's doing that, we can start work on the arc furnace. So we need to consider, first and foremost, how should the recipes work? Because we have 3 different types of recipes, but these recipes will come from different places. So a smelting recipe, for example, will come from the vanilla blasting recipes. Alloy recipes are going to come from the alloy furnace. Recycling recipes will need to come from a new place, I suppose, because we don't have anywhere else for those to come from. So I mean, I'm trying to remember how does our inventory even work on this? Because the inventory's different, right? Is it different depending on the thing, or is it not? I don't think it is, actually. I think it's just a 9 to a 9, isn't it? Yeah, okay. That's fine then. So what we can do is we can basically have a way to fetch the recipe for the current mode. I think that's probably the way to go. So let's have some kind of like private recipe the problem is it's not technically even going to have a single recipe. Or should it? I don't know. See, I'm just thinking something like recycling. Like, should recycling and should maybe smelting actually be a list of recipes? Probably, right? Because if you want to smelt multiple items at the same time, because there's obviously 9 slots, you would have 9 current recipes, right? So really, I think this should be a list of resource key of current recipe, which would be current recipe IDs, and then this will just be a final new array list, which will be the current recipe IDs. And then, yeah, basically everything that like accesses that. So if current recipe IDs is not empty, then we're going to want a way to handle that. So we're going to want something like extra codex dot list of recipe codec. Can I do that, or is this a map codec? Oh no, that wants a map codec, I see. And this returns just a normal codec? Okay, that should probably exist. Public static T codec of list of T list of codec, which will be codec.list. And that'll be current recipe IDs, like that. And then what this will be, so this will be current recipe IDs, and then this will be I just need to tell Codex that it can continue. So then that'll do if present that add all. Nice. Okay, that's fine then. And then nothing else should change because that's okay. Okay, so then we want a way to get all of the current recipes. The problem with this, I think we need to say for the alloy furnace, or like when it's alloying, it should only be able to have one recipe, because otherwise, how the hell is it going to determine which recipe to use, right? So let's have a private list of resource key of recipe find or get, I don't want to say get current recipes because like I'm not getting them. I just want to figure out what they are. So calculate current recipe IDs, and then it will use the inventory. But this is complicated, huh? Well, no, I suppose it's not. So we can switch. Let's return a switch on this dot mode, and then case alloying. We just want to take the entire thing. So we want to do this dot level recipe access. No, how do you do recipes again? You need to have a recipe matcher, right? Is that right? No? Am I imagining that? Is that not what it's called? Recipe... Okay, if we go like alloy furnace. Okay, and if we look at, say, tech, it uses get current recipe, which does this. So server.get recipe and oh, I didn't see that method. This level get recipe for because it has to be a server level. I see. Right. That's fine. We can just do server level. Oh, 1 second. Codex has finished. Or finished some things, not all of it. Get recipe 4, and then we'll do recipe type dot alloying, or I think it's actually alloy furnace. Get input inventory. I think that's it, right? Get recipe 4. So this returns an optional. Yeah, so we can stream that and turn it into a list, right? And that'll work. Yeah. Okay. Let's just do this as like a variable. Like that. And then we can do case smelting. And then we're going to do recipe manager dot get recipe for. We're going to say recipe type dot blasting. Like that. It doesn't like that though. Oh, because that requires something else. What do you require? Guessing it requires I mean, actually, what we want to do is we want to do this for each slot, right? So this one's a little bit different because we want to, yeah, basically do this. So this will be blasting, not smelting. But yeah, okay. So we'll do var. We'll do this occurrence, which will be the input inventory. So then for slot in the input inventory, then we need to try and get the recipe ID. So okay, let me just add quickly the recycling case. And do that, so then that's just like gone. So then we can get a resource key of recipe. Yeah, basically do this. Just pass in recipe type dot blasting, and then so that doesn't want an input inventory. It wants single recipe input, so we can do a new single recipe input. We can just pass in our input inventory dot get item in slots index I. What's it called? Slot. Okay. And then filter. I think we can just say or else. Oh no, we do want to map it. So we want to map it to recipe holder dot ID, I think. Or else no. And then like that. Yeah, that's true. We can just do that as well. And then var, let's just make this a variable as well, so that's readable. Nice. Okay, and then we just have to do recycling, which is obviously going to require some shenanigans. Now let me quickly, can I var this? Why can't I var that? I don't know why I can't var that. But I can just do, if level is low, return an empty list, and then just use level.recipe access like that. This can just actually be collections.empty list as well, just to make that a little bit easier to work with. Okay, I'm really concerned about what Codex is doing right now. Like, what is this code? What is this? There you go. I just told it don't. Okay, meanwhile, we can add our recycling recipe. Recipe type, recycling recipe. See what it said, by the way. But that's fine. And then we have to make our recipe class. So I'm just going to copy... Well, it's a one-to-many, so... What else is a one-to-many? Crusher? Crusher is a one-to-many. So we'll go recipe. And we'll do recycling. Like that. Output, and then this will just be a list of the output item stack outputs like that. And then this will return a list of item stack assemble, and then yeah, that doesn't need that. I don't know why that's even passed in, to be honest. Yeah, create the stack. Okay, let me just see. Yeah, that's fine. This will be just the outputs.get first, like that. And then this will be recycling. Oh, that needs to be created first, but we can do that in a second. Is special, blah blah blah. Outputs.stream to display. Blocking it dots. I mean, it's not really... Is it possible to have like just like texture slot display? I don't think so. Okay, well, we can make it arc furnace for now. Do something else, not sure. Recycling. We have outputs. This needs to be extra codex. Got list. Nice. Then we have process time. We have the exact same here. So this needs to be extra stream codex dot list of. Then we have this crusher recipe display. So this needs to be recycling recipe display. And this needs to have I think that's fine, actually. I think just a single output there is fine, because I'm guessing where this is used, it passes in the list one. Yeah, so it passes in the composite one, which is fine. Okay, so then the next one is just recycling. Now let me just check that crusher is not. Okay, crusher is used in here still. So that needs to be recycling as well. Okay, now crusher's gone. So let's go in here. Let's do recycling. And then let's go in here and do recycling. Nice. Lovely. Okay, let's see what Codex has done. Okay, I'm just trusting that Codex is going to get this right, to be honest. We'll see what happens. Okay, it's done the oil pump jack, supposedly, so leave that to keep running. Yeah, this one doesn't need the input either, so I'm just going to delete that. There. Okay. So that's the alloy furnace, recipe type in it. Okay, this is fine. So this list of recipe holder, the stream.to list. Yeah, it doesn't like those because those also need to be mapped as well. So we do stream and then we need to map and then map. And let's just do dot filter and then objects non-null as well. Okay, saying that's always true. Is that true if we put it there though? Interesting. Apparently that's always true, regardless. Didn't think it was, but okay. Okay. So this will get us the current recipes. Let me just look at the alloy furnace real quick to check what the order of things generally is. Right, so first we need to handle buffers. That's right. So okay, we can have a private final non-null list of item stack, which will be the buffered outputs like that. Let's just make sure we're saving that. So if that is the case, then we're gonna do dot we'll just do view.store buffered outputs, and then we do item stack.codec like that. Yeah, we probably want to just stream and filter just to check that the stack is not empty, first of all. Not super important, but should probably just do it. And then, yeah, let's just do the same here. So clear that. Yeah, basically that. Yeah, to index, so that's a little bit easier to read. Okay. So then what we want to do is we can handle the buffer in our tick method. So if let's just make a method for this. Private boolean is buffered output empty. And then in here we can use if the buffered output is not empty. And we could just do the same here. So if buffered output is not empty, then basically do that. Yeah. So let's create that method as well. And I'm just gonna copy this. So we just want to do just buffered output .4, and then we want some kind of output, and then we just do buffered output. We want to get the inventory as well. So the inventory of the output is just 1. Then we can just add item outputs. The only thing is, we want to probably do output is equal that. And copy it, I guess. Does this actually modify the stack, I wonder? Oh, so the remaining items already is a copy. Okay. So we don't need to do that then. We can just say output is equal to that, and then list of, let's do a list of item stack, new buffer, and then just do if output is not empty, then we just add it to there, else we just add the output and continue. Don't even need to continue really, because it's going to do that anyways, right? Let's also do this. So this will be the I think we can just do get output inventory, right? Yeah. Okay. So we do need this and output. So private boolean and outputs. And we're just going to take in the inventory here, so that we don't have to like call that. So we just want to do if inventory can add item stack I think that's all we want to do, right? That's it, actually. So this will just be if inventory can add item output. Okay. Sure, we can invert this and we can call this like has buffered outputs like that, and then that's not always inverted. And then here we just want to do that basically. Okay, so then that does the buffer handling. So then what we want to do is we want to handle So in the original we have burn time, but I guess we don't care about burn time, right? The thing we care about instead is energy. So I'm actually going to take the electric furnace instead. This is what I was looking for. I found the match getter. So it's like this. So we want blasting recipe, which will be the blasting match getter. And then we have a alloy furnace recipe, which will be our simple recipe inventory or simple inventory. I don't know, what does it require? Recipe simple inventory, that's right. Okay, and then also recycling recipe. Recycling recipe actually also needs to go per slot though, now that I think about it. Yeah, it does. So recycling here needs to do the exact same thing as this. Recipe type init.recycling. And then we just need to make this recipe actually require a single recipe input. Yeah, so there's no way to do that, but that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, okay. Okay, but now this can just be this dot match, this dot blasting match getter dot get recipe 4, and we can just get rid of all these shenanigans like that. And this one can be this dot alloy match getter dot get recipe 4, like that. And then likewise here, this can be this dot recycling match getter dot get recipe 4. Let me just do input inventory as a like variable for all of them. Input inventory, just because they all use it, so like they might as well. I think that technically means no, that still needs to be a server level for those to work. Yeah, that all works now. So these just need to be set in the constructor is all. So not like that. So it needs to be, we've done alloy as the first one, but I mean in here it's that way around. We should probably have it be consistent. I'm also going to rename smelting, I think, to blasting. Just because like it is blasting and not smelting, which I think is otherwise a bit confusing. That's okay. What's the gas storage for? Oh, because it needs to have argon, I think. Maybe. something like that. It needs some gas in it. I don't remember exactly which one it is, but okay, so that's blasting, alloying, recycling. So let's do that here then. Let's do blasting, alloying, recycling. And then this can be blasting is equal to recipe manager dot create check, and then that will be recipe type dot blasting, like that. So alloying will be recipe type init, and then that'll be recycling. I kind of want to rename this one to alloying recipe rather than alloy furnace recipe. To do rename, I'm not going to do it right now, but rename this to alloying recipe, so that I come back and hopefully do that at some point. Okay, nice. So that's kind of that handled. And then yeah, we want to do energy. So only thing is we don't like know how much energy each recipe will require. But I suppose we could say that like each type has an energy requirement rather than each recipe having an energy requirement. And then basically the energy requirement in total for that recipe will rely on the time it takes to do it. So if we just have some kind of like private static final, we can just have it in the mode actually. So where's the mode? Mode, there you are. What we can just have is we can have a name, and then we can also have a private final int energy cost per tick, and we can do int energy cost per tick, just not energy cost per tick, and then we can have like a public int get energy cost per tick, and then blasting 10, 20, 15. I think this should be like 50. I can't even lie. Maybe not. I don't know. What should we set it to? Maybe not. Actually, that's quite a lot. We'll set it to 30. Kind of thing that can be just easily balanced later, so that's fine. Later on, also might make this like a config file or something. But that's okay for now. Okay, so then we can get the energy storage. So simple energy storage. Yeah, and if that's less than what it costs per tick, then just return, right? Because in that case, we just don't care. And then yeah, I guess we want to do that. If it's empty, then just reset everything. Right? I think that's fine. No, you know what, let's not do it like that. Let's do it so if it's empty and this.progress is greater than 0, then we can just do that dot clear, and then this dot progress minus minus update return, and then say do it like this actually. If progress is greater than 0, then do that. And then else we can set max progress to 0. Like that. We can also just set the progress to 0 as well. Might as well. I mean, there's no harm in doing that. And that just means that the progress will like go down rather than just drop to 0, which I think is a good thing generally. Here I'm updating though. I don't necessarily want to do that. I'm just thinking what I probably want to do here is say if this dot max progress, no, if progress is now equal to 0, then we set the max progress. So this dot max progress is equal 0. And then we update rather than having that else statement. Does that make sense? We'll say maybe if it's less than or equal to 0, just for safekeepings, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, that should never happen, so get rid of that. I think that's fine. So that just clears it, like when there's a current recipe. And then if the matching recipe IDs does not equal current recipe IDs, recipe IDs dot clear, current recipe IDs dot add all. Yeah, the only thing though is we're going to want a progress per recipe, right? And we're also going to want a max progress per recipe. So this isn't going to be able to be an int. It's going to have to, these are both going to have to be int arrays. And then we'll have to do like case 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll do... It's a shame we can't evaluate an expression here, can we? Can we? I mean, like we could do... Well, no, you know what we can do? We can just do index. We can do progress index -1, right? Or am I crazy? I don't see why we can't do that. I think we can do that. So how many does that mean we have? That means we have 19. We can't do like it'd be good if we could do like case int stream dots. What is it? It's int. How do you even do this? Int stream. Isn't it int stream dot? Am I crazy? Isn't there a static method on int stream that lets you create an int stream? Yeah, there is. Yeah. Int stream dot iterate. It doesn't like it because you obviously can't do expressions there. But you should be able to, in my opinion. I think that'd be good. Okay, what's going on down here? So yeah, so we'll just have to do this for each of the indexes, right? So this dot progress dot for dot for I index. Then we'll just have to do if this dot progress index is da da da. Then we do index and that, right? And then I think that's fine. Now these probably should just be final ints. Like that. Those can't be changed. And then I'm just thinking, do I want to have like a no, I think that's fine. Okay. Yeah, so once I've done that, then what we can do, what's Codex doing here? For index, it gets the recipe ID at the index. Okay, that is one thing to note. So the recipe IDs does need to match the index as well. So I think what we do, like here, for example, is we need to do recipe IDs and add that at slot. We can't do that because slot. Oh, slot would need to be final. Can we change this to an is present, I wonder? Go context actions? No. What if we do it now? Does it now let us convert that to an if present, is present? Nope. Let's just do it manually then. So we can do this. We can do or else. Well, no, we don't even need to do that. We can just make this an optional of a resource key of recipe. Recipe key opt is equal that, and then if opt dot is present, then we can just do there slot recipe key opt dot get, like that. And then that's fine, to be honest. Like, that's not really a problem. Well, it kind of is, actually. Got to come back to that. Because yeah, that's going to be a bit of a pain. Okay. I mean, what we can do, I guess, for the... How do we do the... I mean, I would say for the alloying, we could either do all slots or just the first slot. Since this kind of already just does the first slot, I say we just try and make it work with that first slot. And just don't care about the other ones, right? So yeah, I mean, basically we want to do that. So for index is less than this dot matching, or not this dot, but matching recipe IDs dot size, then we can get the recipe ID. Okay, we do want to be able to actually get the recipe though, don't we? Why isn't it like this? Optional recipe order cannot be converted to a recipe. Yeah. We can map it, right? We put this in brackets or parentheses, I should say. Then we can map it and we can say recipe holder dot value. I would like to do this though. And this as well. Hello Wide, welcome back. Things are going okay. I wouldn't say they're going well, but they are going okay. ID equals recipe ID. I think we want to say here if index is greater than zero, and this dot mode is alloying, then just like break, because we don't care, right? So honestly, we might as well just do index is less than size and no, that's not really gonna work, and it's too complicated to do it like that, so let's just not do it like that. Where's the recipe ID even used for? Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, so what will the arc furnace do? What sort of recipe? You really haven't been paying attention, have you, Wide? Okay, the arc furnace has 3 different types of recipes. It has blast recipes, it has alloying recipes, and it has recycling recipes. Those are the 3 different types of recipes. So we need a way to get the what it's called cooking time of the recipe. And that's gonna have to just switch on mode, and we'll have to kind of figure that out. So like, yeah, this will be a blast recipe, and then we get the cooking time. Alloy recipe, we get the smelt time. Recycling recipe, we get the process time. Then here it's doing extract, but that's not right. That just needs to be energy storage dot amount negative equals that. And then recipe.assemble. Yeah, kind of ish. So the output is actually going to have to switch once again on the mode, because we're going to have a list of item stack, which is the outputs. So then we have case, do blasting first. So blasting recipe dot assemble. Ugh, that's not frigging gonna work. Okay, what we can do this auto to occurrences and make this a single recipe input. Doesn't need to be final, I don't think. And then we can do single recipe input like that. Okay. And then alloying will do the same thing. Yeah, kind of. I mean, this one won't though. So this one will need to take in so this one needs to take in a random source, which needs to be server level dot get random. Then this can just be adapt using, it says it can be reversed, but like it can't. This needs to be list dot of, and this needs to be list dot of. Okay. So then we have our outputs. Stack is not empty, we just put it in the buffered output. Remove the item. Update. Is that it? I'm not sure this is going to be quite correct, but it might be. It might be. I mean, the only thing is like, this isn't going to work, but I think this does that, right? Yeah. So like here we want to switch on mode. Like alloying, we just don't want to do anything. Recycling. Yeah, we can't really do anything with recycling. See here, that just sets it to empty, but that's not really what we want to do, because we want to shrink it, right? So item stack, input stack, shrink by 1, and then set it. Now question, does the recycling recipe, so this takes in an Industria ingredient, so recycling actually needs to be different. Case recycling, because here the shrink needs to be by recipe dot input dot stack data dot count. None? No, it won't. Why would it? Why does it say that's true here and not here though? I don't understand. Is it because I need to break here? No. Because I need a default case? Why is it complaining? I don't really understand. Find cause. That's an alloying case. Like what? What are we doing? Because that is literally switching on mode. This is literally switching on mode. Like what is it on about, bro? That's on buffering outputs.set index, but that's not really what I want. I just want to like, I want to add it. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. So, I mean, the problem we're gonna have here is the buffering isn't gonna work because is it gonna work? Oh, also, I haven't been checking on what Codex has been doing, so it's just been sitting here waiting the entire time. Oops. I should probably have put it on YOLO mode, but oh well. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. I don't really know how to explain why it won't work, but like the buffering. Yeah, because oh wait, no, if the buffering, yeah, but the problem is it's trying to set it in the buffer, which isn't gonna work. It needs to add it to the buffer, but that's also not gonna work because then that'll be duplicated. So we need to try and add it to one of the stacks in the buffer. Yeah, I think. So what we need to do is we need to, yeah, if it can add the item, then add the item. Otherwise, just add it to the buffered outputs, right? And then at that point, the buffered outputs will no longer be empty. So it will have a buffered output and then it will attempt to input that. It will attempt to insert that, right? So then that means that it's not going to like clog up or anything. I think that's fine. Now, since we're here, can I put into Ray? Yes, I can. That's lovely. Didn't know that was a thing, but that is nice. This dot progress needs to be get int array or a new int array. How do I even do that? Can Can I do collections.set all, or like arrays dot set all? This dot progress dot get int array, or else new int array of 9. Can I do that? Set all. Int array, progress array, and then I can do index. Index is less than progress array dot length. Just do that then, couldn't I? And then do int array max progress array, and basically do the exact same thing there. Okay. Okay, I'm sure this is not the best code in the world, but I think it should work in theory. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, honestly, it didn't even need to do this. Like, there's no need to do that. Because update will just check anyways. Like, it automatically checks in here whether or not the level exists and stuff. So that's fine. Okay, now I guess we just wait for codex to finish, and then yeah, I mean that's basically all we can do. I guess, have we missed anything? Let's just run through the final loop again. So this one. So it goes through each matching recipe. If it's not the first index and the mode is alloying, then we break, because at that point we don't care what the recipe is, because we only want one recipe for alloying. So then we get the recipe ID. If there's no recipe ID, we just continue. Then we get the server level. I think that doesn't need to be final. Yeah. So then we get the actual recipe itself, which we just get by looking it up, right? So that's the recipe. Optional. If the recipe optional is empty, then we continue, because obviously we don't care. Then we get the recipe. If the size is less than the index, or the current recipe does not, yeah, or the recipe at that index does not equal the current recipe at that index, then we just put it in there, reset the progress, set the max progress. Okay, yep, that's fine. If the progress is less than the max progress, then we consume the energy, increment the progress, and do an update. And then we just want to return, right? And then if the progress is greater than or equal to the max progress, so if we finish the recipe, then we get the output for each recipe. And then for each stack in the output, we try and add the item. If we can't add the item, we put it in the buffer. And then depending on the mode, we take the item. I'm just going to say case alloying. This is a no op because the recipe itself does this. And then we just reset the progress and we cause an update. That's fine. I guess we should also... Well, no, we don't want to reset the max progress because that will be handled for us. So we don't need to worry about that. We actually also don't want to return here. We want to continue. Because otherwise that won't work for the next index, right? I kind of want to extract this as a method. Yeah, should we do that? Extract method. And this can just be like, handle recipe processing. So this will be the matching recipe IDs, the index, and then it just takes in the energy storage as well. That can be varred. That honestly can be varred as well. That's fine. Let's just suppress for method. Suppress for method. We already check when this method is called if the server level is null. Okay. Oh, I've lost codex. Okay, well, let me just see what it's at right now. It's at the mixer. It's been doing the mixer for a while, which is a little bit concerning. I think that's it, unless I'm missing something. I don't think I am. So now we just wait for Codex to do its thing. Because now there isn't anything we can do, really, until Codex is done. So now we wait. Okay, now it's onto the digester. Let me just, once it's done, I can't, can I? I'm gonna say I'll put it on YOLO mode, but I actually can't because it's already running, unfortunately. There isn't a way to change that whilst it's running, I don't think. Unless I can do Control Y. No, I don't think that's going to do anything. Let me Google it, actually. Maybe it is possible. Codex. Allow, approve, allow all edits whilst running. No, you can't. No, whilst it's already running, you can't edit that. Okay, we'll just have to yes man it for a while. I'm not going to check every change it's doing, but I assume they're going to be all correct. I have a little bit of faith that it should know what it's doing. And all the changes are going to be exactly the same in all the files. It's not going to have to do anything too special because it already made this base class, which basically just re-implements what it had before, right? So I can be fairly confident that what it's doing is correct. Yeah, I guess the only thing to note, I mean, it's going to do a compile at the end anyway, so it should be fine. Ideally, at some point, I need to add some game tests to Industria, but like, there's so much effort. I hate friggin' unit tests. But it would be good to have some automated tests where I could just run that every time and I know if something breaks or not, but we'll see. Okay, is it done? It might be done. Looking at the crystallizer. Yeah, it's not done. It hasn't even done like half of them. Okay. Well, in that case, guys, I'm probably just gonna end the stream here because like we can't test it, and this could be like another 20 minutes. So there isn't really anything we can do, like genuinely. Like we're at the point where we need to test what we've done, but we can't test what we've done until this is done. So I genuinely think it might take another 20 minutes. I mean, if we look at like how far through it's got, I mean, is it far through actually? So it's got to do centrifugal concentrator. It's got to do the combustion. No, it doesn't have to do combustion. It has to do centrifugal concentrator. It has to do electrolyzer. Rotary kiln, rotary controller, shaking table. That is actually it. So that's actually not that much then. Okay, fine. We can let it run through in that case. Because in that case, there isn't too much it needs to do. Only thing I am realizing, it's not editing the... Oh no, it is. It is. Okay. I thought it wasn't editing the load and save methods, but I think it is. So, okay, we might as well wait for it to finish then. If it's only got those couple left to do, then that's fine. Obviously, later down the line, something like the alloy furnace, I want to be a multi-block. Something like the combustion generator, I want to be a multi-block. I want the crusher to be a multi-block. I probably don't want the electric furnace to be a multi-block. Like, that is one of the ones I don't really care about being a multi-block. Fluid pump, I kind of maybe want that to be a multi-block. I'm not sure right now. Fluid tank, I want those to be like joined, so it will kind of be a multi-block, kind of not. Fractional distillation, those are kind of multi-blocks, but like not quite. They're a little bit different. Induction heater probably won't ever be a multi-block. Motor probably going to be removed at some point. Solar panel might make that a multi-block at some point. Thermal generator will not be a multi-block. Wind turbine kind of is, it isn't. Wellhead, I think the wellhead is. No, it's not, and it wouldn't be. But okay, we'll just wait for this. So after it's done this, what does it have left to do? It has the shaking table. Is that it? Shaking table and centrifugal concentrator and electrolyzer. So that's not too bad. probably not going to do them in alphabetical order though. Yeah, now it's doing the electrolyzer, so it's doing them into some randomized order. I don't even know what order it's doing them in. We can look at the git changes whilst we're at it, I suppose. So yeah, quite a few, huh? Resolve multi-block controller. What the hell is this? I see. Okay, let's clean that up whilst it's doing this. Let me just bring this over so I can just accept the approvals, but we'll just clean this up real quick. Like that. Then you need to be imported, please. Okay, and then that can just be underscored as well, because like we don't care. Okay, in the electrolyzer, it hasn't imported heat storage. I have already seen it. Electrolyzer, block entity, heat storage. Okay, it's like actually not doing a great job. I assume it will fix itself, but like, yeah, obviously not great. Yeah, as I say, I mean, it should fix itself afterwards. But I suppose if we can save some time by saving it from doing that, then that's worth doing. It's gonna always complain about this, isn't it? Okay. Well, in that case, we can move our recipe codec, I suppose, into here. And like that will be fine. Okay, it's now still doing rotary count. Okay. Something wrong in the crusher as well. Assemble. Yeah, because that doesn't need that anymore. It can just be like that. Okay. That's all fine, though. Okay, let me just do a build and like see where we're at, because I suspect it's broken some other things as well. So once again, if we can fix those kind of sooner rather than later, that would be good. That like just shouldn't be there. It's obviously forgot to remove that one. Mixer cannot resolve item variant. Well, can you import it then? Thank you. And here, multi-blockable. That's old, I think. Yeah. Okay. Now it's on to the shaking table. Shaking table, here we go. Okay, hopefully it doesn't add those imports, actually. Probably shouldn't have opened the file, because now IntelliJ might try and just add those imports, but... Okay, it hasn't. That's good. Once again, it has not imported item variant. Lovely. Okay, that's fine. I can come back to that in a second. Okay. I really don't think this is an issue anymore. Like, I'm pretty sure that's not an issue anymore. But I'm just going to remove that. I think it's done. It just did the centrifugal concentrator. Yeah, so that's clearly not compiling because it hasn't imported that. Don't know how it messes that up, but okay. Let's just, whilst we're at it, let's just optimize imports in this directory. And let's also just do a quick reformat code as well. Like that. We should just kind of... I am tempted to also clean up code, but I don't know what that's gonna do. Like sometimes that can break things. Should we give it a run and just see what happens? I think we can always undo it. If not. Did something in here. Okay, no, that's actually... Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, that's okay. That doesn't need to be there. Okay, yeah, the final thing it's doing is just fixing all the block classes, so that's okay. So then I think it's done. No, it's not done. Because this is wrong. Yeah, I think it just like doesn't need that, right? But I will let it figure that out. Should I let it figure that out? No, I might as well just do it myself. Oh, it's actually fucked that up in all of them. Okay. Well, in that case, I'll let it figure that out and it can fix them. Because I don't want to go through each one and do that. There you go. You can just see it's running a compiled Java. Should fail, and then it will see there's no build method. Even though it is a builder, it probably should have a build method, but it doesn't. So, hopefully this doesn't take too long. Yep, nice. And then hopefully it will see. Maybe? Is it going to realize there's no build method? Just looking in the arc furnace block right now. Yeah, I think it will realize. Come on, Codex. You've got it. There you go. Lovely jubbly. Let me just do a reformat code in the block class as well. Or the block package, I should say. Since we're going through them, we might as well, right? I'm not sure that actually did anything, but that's okay. So it's just running Again, I don't know if it's going to complete this time or not. So I'm not going to do a build locally to find out. But yeah, we'll see. Give it 30 seconds. Nice, it completed. I'll just do one locally just to make sure. Nice. Okay, lovely. Let's just see what it says. If it has anything to say to me or not. It might not. I'm gonna transfer APIs now. Interesting. Is that necessary? I don't know if that's necessary. Let's see what it does. Okay, great. It hasn't cleaned those up. So they're all friggin' messy. Lovely. Which one's this? This is the item storage in it. Item storage in it. Okay, let's just clean it up real quick. Nice. Okay. Next one. We go in it. We can find what the next one will be, I imagine. Let me just move this to my other monitor so I can have a look at which one it's going to do. I suspect it will do... So it's done gas, right? Yeah, so I expect it will do fluids. Would be my guess. And then heat. But it might do the other way around. I don't know. Right now, it's not doing anything. Oh dear, we're actually going to hit 20 minutes, I think. It actually is going to be a 20-minute run. Bear in mind it's taking so long though. I assume it's doing fluid storage in it, because this one's a bigger file. But it's still not that big, I suppose. Oh, it could be doing slurry as well. I forgot about slurry. This is doing all three. Might as well do it whilst I'm at it. Okay. Come on, man. You got this. Maybe. Maybe not. I actually don't think it's doing it. Might be stuck. Because unless it's writing to all three of them at once right now, there's no way it's not stuck. Right, I just want to freaking test the alloy furnace, man. Why are we faffing around like this? Ah, here we go. Okay, yeah, it has... It has done both of them at once, but like... Okay, whatever. Fine. Wait, no it hasn't. No it hasn't, it just did this one. It only... Wait, which one did it do? No, it has done this one. Oh, but it hasn't... Oh, okay. Oh, it's actually... It hasn't... It's... Fixed the bracket shenanigans, that's good. Okay, so that's energy. And then finally we have... Oh no, we have heat and slurry, which I think it needs to do. Yeah, slurry's next. Oh, I see. It's doing this for the multi-block part. I was like, why does it need this? Like, I couldn't quite wrap my head around it because I thought it's literally already registering the friggin' things up here. So why on earth does it need this method? But no, it's doing it for the multi-block parts. That makes so much sense. That actually makes so much sense. Okay, I see. All makes sense now. So we'll let it do the heat storage, and then I think we can test the gas storage. Oh, I see, because it didn't have a arc furnace gas provider. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. But is it going to do heat storage or not? Yeah, there we go. Finally. Heat storage, come on, nice and simple one. Very small class. Already shouldn't be taking this long to do it. But here we are. Nice. Nice, guys. So I think that's it. Now, hopefully, it will give me a summary. Fingers crossed. It's going to do another compile Java first. Yeah, I thought so. After the compile Java, I think it's done. I can't think of anything else it could be missing. There probably is something, though. Let's see. It will compile. I know it's going to compile. I just want to know if it's friggin' done. And it must be done. You done? Maybe not? I don't know if it's done or not. Usually when it does, it gets status. That means it's either starting or it's done. And it's obviously not starting, so presumably it's done. Yeah, there you go. Updated plan. And now, hopefully, we get the summary. I think it's going to give us the summary. Let's go ahead and run it. Now, we don't have any recycling recipes. Actually, now that I think about it, we don't have a toggle in the screen either. So that's actually not going to work anyways. Which is annoying. But I guess we can test smelting, or blasting, I should say. Should we remove the old stuff, guys? What do you think? Should we remove it, or should we keep it just in case I need it? I am kind of tempted to just remove it, because like it just doesn't need to exist anymore. So it's saying Industria block entity is redundant, but I don't think that's true. Because I'm like pretty certain that's not true, because it's literally used by alloy furnace block entity. So that part's not true. But I suspect it is correct that the multi-block classes are gone. I didn't mean to load into this world, by the way. Wanted to come into a new world. Just call this like friggin' alloy furnace. Not alloy furnace. Arc furnace testing. Let's just do a super flat. One thing I will say I do like about Neoforge is they have that create test world button, which is actually quite useful. I will say. Okay, now for the hard part though, we need to actually build an alloy furnace. I'm just gonna take us a minute. Not alloy furnace. I keep saying alloy furnace. I mean arc furnace. So okay. If we look in data, multi-blocks, arc furnace. Okay, so I've got to remember how this works now. So we've got obsidian. We have the actual arc furnace block. We have blast furnace. We have magma. We have iron block. Iron block. We have glass. Glass. And then we have steel. And lightning rods. So steel. And lightning rod. Okay. So let's try and do this then, shall we? So we're going to go obsidian, arc furnace, blast furnace, obsidian, magma block, obsidian. Then we go iron block, iron block, iron block, iron block, air, iron block, air, iron block, iron block. Then we go iron block, glass, iron block, air, yeah, okay, like that. And then iron block, glass, iron block. And then I assume it's the same on the next layer, right? Yeah. Like that. But by the way, guys, these structures are like, these are temporary multi-block kind of templates. They probably won't be like this in the future. Wait, is that right? Yeah, that is right. Isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay. And then we're on to this one. So this one is steel block. Okay, steel block. Okay, so just like that. Middle is air. And then we go iron block, lightning rod, iron block. Okay, so it's just like iron blocks like that, and then lightning rods like that. I think that's it. So I don't know. I don't remember if I can just right click any block or not. No, I can't. I think I need to right click the controller, which I will say is a flaw of this pattern for sure. So question, if I just do this, oh, it crashed. What did it say? Index 3 out of bounds for index 3. Interesting. Oh, that means it tried to open the screen. Which isn't what we want. Wow, that's a lot of mismatches. Interesting. Really? Oh, does that mean it needs to be rotated? Don't tell me it needs to be rotated. Found iron block, expected steel block. Okay, where's it expecting steel blocks? I put steel blocks here. Does it want steel blocks higher up as well? No, it should be able to be rotated though. So obsidian on the bottom. Iron blocks. Iron blocks. Glass. Steel around the edges. And then iron blocks around the edges. I don't see what's wrong with that. Well, see, ideally we have some kind of like visualization here, but... Okay, let's look at the first one. Oh, but these are for different rotations. So it could just be like one block is off for the rotation we're actually looking for. Or it could be... Yeah, I mean, first of all, that shouldn't open that screen by doing that. But, like, that's not also really an issue. That is meant to be on the bottom layer, right? The obsidian, and it's arc furnace, blast furnace, magma. And we can try and swap it round. Right, so if we do that, and then we do arc furnace, blast furnace. No, so it's exactly the same. So something is still not right then, is it? I don't know. This doesn't go into chat, does it? This message? Or into the console, I mean? It does. Okay. So I'm just going to ask Codex, why is my arc furnace not building? I have built it exactly according to the multi-block definition JSON file, but it still says this. Let's see, that's saying 28 blocks incorrect. Is it saying it's incorrect for that specific orientation? Maybe? It could be just that the origin is wrong, actually. They're saying it's on 1-1. No, that would be correct, I think. Isn't it telling you your Y3 layer is wrong? Every mismatch you pasted is at Y offset 3. Okay, 1 second. Let's have a look at Y offset 3. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's saying steel should be on Y3? Oh, have I built it too high then? That makes sense, actually, doesn't it? Okay, I see. So yeah, this layer is wrong. It needs to be moved down. This needs to go. And this needs to go. This needs to be like that. I must have read the JSON file wrong and just done this. Oh! That's... What? Okay, we'll come back to that in a minute. I don't know what that was. What did I do? Oh, I accidentally placed down the arc furnace, I think. And then I must have accidentally also clicked it. Wait, oh, these are all arc furnaces. I see. Yeah. That's... They're meant to be steel blocks. Doesn't really help that they have the exact same model, does it? And then these need to all be iron blocks, and then we need to place these in the middle. Doesn't obviously matter which orientation, but we're just going to do it like that anyways. And then it matches the pattern. Now, only problem is I can't... Oh, no, I can. Okay, there you go. Okay, nice. So that's worked. Now, obviously, it doesn't render anything because we don't have a renderer. And the other problem, which we've been experiencing already, is that the arc furnace screen handler has a size of 3 here. This needs to be 19. And then also the inventory size is fine, right? It's just that, I think. If I hot swap that, and progress also isn't going to work, but like, I think that's fine for now. Now, more problem, I can't open it. I can open it like that, but I can't open these ones. Interesting. Okay. So, question. If I put... Well, can I even test it? I don't know. Why can't I right-click these, actually? I think I should be able to. I should probably do game rule mob. Was it spawn mobs? False. Game rule, advanced time, false. Game rule, advanced weather, false. Slash kill. E brackets type is equal, not player. Nice. Okay, good. Yeah. Why isn't that working? Why, when I right click the multi-block parts, does it not open the GUI? See what it says. But regardless, guys, we're gonna have to end the stream here, I think. I don't think we're actually gonna be able to test anything, unfortunately. I mean, yeah, because the problem... Well, actually, that doesn't matter. No, maybe we can, actually. Maybe we can. So, if we grab some cables and we grab a wind turbine, excuse the model for the wind turbine, by the way. So, if I do F6 as debug mode. Okay, well, there's the energy port, apparently. Okay, put that there. Let's see if that has energy or not. No, so that's obviously not passing through. When the structure forms, the non-controlled box become multi-organ. Part box is not straightforward. Right click to I work on the and that behavior itself. The clean fix is to intercept the right click on the multiple part, resolve the controller block, implements block entity with GUI. Open this menu if you want. No, so that needs to actually be done in the multi-block lib then. So this change really needs to happen in the multi-block lib. I see. Okay, so we will want that on the lip. Okay. Well, we'll have to do that some other time. And yeah, we're not... I reckon also energy is probably the same issue there. I mean, it could just be that the GUI isn't showing it, though. I mean, we can try and put something in there, right? Let's put an ore in there. Let's put diamond ore in there. Yeah, so that's obviously not working. So I mean, I could try. No, I could try and do actually. Try and do this. Not quite what I meant, but like this. Oh, it is working. Nice, it's working. So obviously the progress bar isn't working, but I did expect that because the screen handler is still just assuming the property delegates are 1 and 2, which isn't correct anymore. But nice, that is actually working. So obviously I'll have to add in a toggle here to switch modes, and we have to test if those work. We need to render the energy as well. Oh, the energy is being rendered. It's just such a small amount. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So if I do something like this. Yeah, I hate that I can't freaking see. I need to fix this sooner rather than later, huh? Okay, if I generate like a shit ton more energy, we should actually be able to see the energy. I don't think I need any of that then either, because that obviously does like just work, I reckon. So now can we see? Yeah, we still can't see it because that's a massive number, and that's also a pretty small bar. That should probably go down to here. Okay, but that is going to be it for this stream. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll be live again on Saturday and Sunday. I will do probably Industria Saturday, but it might be Railroad Saturday. I'm not sure. Regardless, I'm going to end it here, and I will see you all then. Goodbye.